Hey guys, kinggath here with another patch for Sim Settlements. This is patch 1.1.1, which I'm calling Let Them Hear Sound, and that is because it came to my attention that none of you guys have ever heard the custom sound effects in Sim Settlements. I went to add some new sound effects that I was provided by the team sound guy, Mr. Dell. I couldn't pronounce your last name if I tried. He provided me some new construction sounds, which you're going to hear subtly in the background, and when I went to implement them and show them to somebody, they told me, I don't know what you're talking about, I don't hear any sounds. And after researching it, I found out that none of the custom sound effects in Sim Settlements have ever been working correctly for you guys. They only worked for me because I had the loose sound files. But that has now been resolved, and that's not the biggest part of this patch. That is just something that was noticeable that I could show you guys for the video purposes. And I want to speak to these sounds for a second. So a couple of things I've done, and it's all in the name of not annoying the crap out of you guys, because I know personally, and for a lot of others, going into Sanctuary and hearing all those NPCs hammering all the time is obnoxious. So what I've done is I've added a toggle so you can turn off the sound effects in your holotape, and I've also set it up so that these sound effects drop off very, very quickly. So as you can see, as I get closer and we hear these sound effects, they're almost completely inaudible from even this far away. So you can enjoy the ambiance by walking close to the construction sites, but you don't have to have it hammering around all throughout your settlement. So I'd love to hear some feedback now that these sounds are available, and how I'm doing on those. Well, not how I'm doing. I definitely have help on building those custom sounds, but let me know if you appreciate the custom sounds, and if I should continue to add more of things like that. The other issues are this is mostly a bug fix patch. As I mentioned in the news video, I did not have anything but a laptop to work on last week, so almost everything I've done is related to bug fixes. So things like the dual assignment, where if you find that your farmer is also assigned to like a vanilla shop or a guard post, that will no longer happen. Your auto assignment will no longer dual assign with vanilla items. I have finally fixed that. But if any of your settlers currently are dual assigned, all you'll have to do to correct it is store the item in your workshop. So find your, I don't have any here. The issue was very hard for me to replicate, so I don't have any here to show you, but basically all you do is you use the store option in workshop mode. So you store it in your workshop, and then just place it again, and it won't cost you any resources, and you'll just reassign your NPC to that, and that they should no longer ever get dual assigned to a plot. Otherwise, the other big issues I've fixed, I took care of the front right-hand corner on some of these 2x2 plots. You guys told me you couldn't build there. I have resolved that. And that segues into another issue I want to discuss with the plots. The generic plot types, and I want to bring this up into God mode because I know I don't have any resources on this character. The generic plots, these ones that don't have the foundations built into them, a lot of people have asked me about how they work, and like there seem to be some, they want to know like why aren't there snap points for ladders, and why do these things create invisible walls. So I want to kind of go over that. So right now, the way that snap points work is that they require the object to have collision. So all of these plots actually have collision, and they will block you and your NPCs from walking up them. So for example, to fix the issue that some people were talking about, the invisible walls in the agricultural, what I've done is I've sliced the front half off of the collision so that your NPCs can now walk up onto their farms. But the reason I want to talk about this more is because it gave me an idea that I could do, and I need to get feedback to find out how you guys feel about this. One of the things I could do that would dramatically improve your ability to place these non-foundation plots is if I remove the collision from everything except for the post. You'd be able to set these down kind of in the ground and kind of sink them in nicely so that they take up less space, and you can place them in more spots. The downside to that is that they would no longer snap, and it would be easier to overlap them with each other. But you can see you can pretty much overlap them with each other anyway, so I don't even think that's a negative. The biggest negative is the lack of snapping. Personally, I think it would be worth the sacrifice to not have the snapping on these single types of plots, just so that you could place these easier. But I'm going to put up a straw poll, and I want to get your guys' feedback. If I get an overwhelming support for removing the collision and snap points, I may do that. But if it's not a great majority, I'm going to leave them as is, because I don't want to ruin your guys' play experience. But I think the snap points are, to me, they're way less important than actually being able to place these damn things. So please give me your feedback on that poll. I'll let that thing run for a week or two before I make any drastic decisions. Okay, guys, please check out the patch notes. There's a lot of bug fixes. Continue to report any issues so that I can keep those things locked down. All right, enjoy the mod, guys, and take care.